Welcome back everyone to a super skillful Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 WatchParty. The Sekai Taikai is the biggest tournament in the karate world, and its fighters are the top of the top wherever they go. But top fighting skills doesn't always mean good morals, or more importantly, strong intelligence. That's important because winning the Sekai Taikai takes more than just top tier fighting talent. As you saw, the Sekai Taikai has all sorts of different competitions, each one with its own unique win condition. That is so important. It's not a knockout or submission. It's not just a 3 points wins match like the All Valley. It means you have to fight smart. You have to understand the rules of the exercise. The biggest problem I see is often the fighters didn't fight smart. In fact, they were often fighting stupid. Very stupid. The very first competition was unique in that it was all about staying on your feet and protecting your captain. If you hit the floor, you're out. If the captain goes down, the dojo is out. Nothing else matters. The optimal strategy is to team up on a captain. Now obviously, that's hard initially as they are trying the same thing. Tori's strike first mentality is helpful in that it puts Miyagi-Do on the defense and doesn't let them set up a protect the egg situation. Quan also understands the importance of going for the captain. Miyagi-Do is foolish in how they divided their resources. They had their weakest fighter against Tori, whom they knew was Cobra Kai's strongest. There's something to be said for occupying the other fighters, but a double team would help a lot. As fighters were eliminated, if Miguel ditched Yoon and fought with Sam against Tori, they may have been able to get her down. Robbie is agile and defensive enough he could take on multiple fighters at once. In fact, Robbie proved himself by taking on a whole dojo of Cobra Kai fighters back in Season 4, so this was a blown opportunity. So Miguel lets Yoon double team Robbie, but then uses the advantage to take out Tori. It was a blown opportunity. Now we don't see the Iron Dragons fighting Falchi della Notte. I can only assume their front four eliminated the other fighters one by one and went slowly and deliberately. Perhaps they could have eliminated a captain earlier, but chose not to. I don't really agree with that tactic. They're in it to win, and there are no special points for style. This is further amplified during the Cobra Kai Iron Dragons face-off. Now, Cobra Kai realizes they're outnumbered. They're almost fucked. Tori has the best strategy. Just try to bypass the front line and get to a captain. That's smart. She's focused on what it takes to win. But then the Iron Dragons just kneel and get themselves out. I don't like this play. It's for the same reason I didn't like the Iron Dragons slowly knocking out the other dojo. The point is to win. Why would you ever willingly give away an advantage? Now, the creators of the show have often said they thought of the Iron Dragons as the New England Patriots of the karate world. Except let me tell you and them something important. Bill Belichick would have never had his front four take a kneel like this. He would press every advantage he had and use every trick he could to win. All that mattered to him was the victory, and that's why he won. He was smarter than other coaches, and he had the best players playing smarter than the other players. He would never willingly sacrifice fighters like this just to show off. Nope. Now, I said this when the scene was originally released before the drop, and many people argued with me. They said the purpose was for the Iron Dragons to establish themselves as the ultimate badasses. They were willing to sacrifice their own fighters for no reason other than to showcase how badass their captains are. I get that, but it doesn't help you win the tournament. You win by knocking the other captain down. That's it. Style means nothing. Now, we later learn Terry Silver wants them to win and humiliate the people who ruined him. That's true, except that isn't Cobra Kai. He wants to humiliate Miyagi-Do. Terry Silver had nothing against Kim Da-Eun. He didn't even know Kreese was going to be there, so he couldn't have planned for that yet. But also, we know the Iron Dragons are the defending champs and the New England Patriots of the tournament. That means everybody already knows they're super awesome. They don't have to prove themselves. On the contrary, this is the first time Cobra Kai is at the event. They're an unknown force. Sure, the Iron Dragons can assume they are inferior, but why take your chances with an unknown enemy? You have all your fighters, so use them. Now I'm not done. After the front 4 Iron Dragons leave, Tori develops a strategy. She tells Kwon and Yoon to go after Axel, while she attacks Zara. Yes, boys against the boy, girl against the girl. It is symmetry, but it's not optimal. They know just by looking at him, Axel is going to be tougher and stronger, likely a lot stronger. It would make more sense to have Yoon attack Axel as a distraction. They can afford for Yoon to get out. He's not a captain. Plus, he's strong enough he should be able to hold his own in a one-on-one. He was the top student before. That would leave Tori and Kwon to double team Zara. They can overwhelm her and overpower her, knock her on her ass. You don't need jump kicks, you need brute strength. Divide and conquer worked for Napoleon and it could have worked here. They let this one get away. There's not much to say about some of the other competitions. I do think blocking a bow staff with your arm is setting yourself up for, well, that, not good. The small platform fight is another important one as it has a unique rule set to win, knock the other person off. Now Sam was annoying with her interjecting and trying to correct Johnny.
Platforms are pretty narrow. My dad would want balance.
That is the problem with Miyagi-Do and why they needed to fight as a combined dojo. Yes, balance is the key to staying on the platform and not losing. However, knocking your opponent off balance is the key to winning. So you really need to have a balance between balance and aggression, between offense and defense. Neither side alone is enough. This is especially true because the points you earn are partially based on how long it takes you to get the other person out. So balancing on defense alone isn't enough. Not only are you not winning, since you're running the clock, if you do win, you earn fewer points. Sam was wrong and they should have gone all out aggression with Johnny's teachings. Now, that said, with such a small space, you would want a wide center of gravity for your balance. Move like a spin kicks are massively dangerous because it makes you easy to knock off. That is exactly what happened to Devin. So sad. It's especially sad when the one person who's supposed to be the smart, underhanded fighter gets out in the dumbest way. Now obviously this is a competition. You would think a body slam or some hard hit would work. Obviously you don't want so much momentum you throw yourself off. I do find it odd how Miguel and his opponent managed to switch sides like this. Like, wouldn't you try to knock the other guy off during this move? I do tend to think this is one competition a sumo wrestler would be better suited than karate, but whatever. Now the elevated platform is one of my favorites, but also one of the poorly executed competitions. You have to knock all the opponents off, and when a person is knocked off, her teammate can climb up and join the fight. Now, is there a rule about attacking them as they get on the platform? Because that would be my first instinct, but literally no one ever does it. It is perfectly legal to bull rush and tackle someone off the edge, as Da-Eun does just that. But when Miguel is left against 2 Double Thunders, why doesn't one of them just bull rush and tackle Miguel off with a self-sacrifice? All that matters is winning, but alas. Now the biggest slops for the match go to Hawk and Dimitri. They forgot the basic goal to win, knock the other person off. That's it. And as you imagine, you'd have a big advantage when the person is on the ground. So look at Hawk. He flips Double and Captain Thunder right over, bam! But then rather than finish her off with a push or something, he turns right around to focus on the other guy. Now, is a double team better than keeping someone else on the ground? Like, couldn't he kick her off, or better even pick up her legs and drag her? Something to get her off the mat and platform and out? In this case, the double team is even worse because Da-Eun drops back and they are on literal opposite sides of the guy. You want to push him to the edge, gang up in one direction so he falls back. This way they're just hitting the guy into each other and he never gets out and gives the other person time to get up. But Dimitri's even worse. If you've been watching my awesome analysis of part 2, you'll know I've been saying Dimitri was the biggest drain on the dojo and hurt them in almost every way. Look at this. He and Hawk are in a fight. He gets at a few good hits on this guy. The guy literally falls to his knees. He's near the edge of the mat this way. Dimitri needs only go in for the kill. But lo, he turns around. He's now focused on the other fight. As you can see, Hawk has his opponent dead to sights. He's near the edge and totally off balance. Meanwhile, Hawk has a solid stance. In fact, all that's needed is a small hit in this direction to send him over. So of course, Dimitri does this. Look at that. Again, look how he goes. I mean, it's obvious he hit Hawk off the edge as well, but that's not even the worst of it. He just has to kick him this way towards the edge, but instead, Dimitri literally does a spin kick in the other fucking direction. For all his talk of physics and MIT, he really is a dumbass. I will say again, Da-Eun is better on this team than Dimitri. She knocked 2 people off, he knocked Hawk off. Pretty clear which one's pulling her weight. The Sekai Taikai is like a sports competition, where every point scored in the earlier rounds still counts at the end. You can't fall too far behind and still hope to win. You have to fight smart. Unfortunately, this lot just wasn't smart. The ones with the reputation or the ones with the classroom smarts. None of them. They're all dumb. And I'm not even getting into Robbie's broken heart for Tori that kept costing them dearly. Miyagi-Do was behind and they deserved to be. They didn't have their heads in the game, but still it wasn't as bad as the later events. We'll talk about the tag team match next, so be sure you're subscribed. If you want to get yourself a cool shirt for the holidays, now is the time to buy. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.